My grandma raised 8 kids. Every Sunday, she baked 15 loaves of bread, canned food from the garden, patched worn out jeans. And if there were leftovers in the refrigerator at the end of the week, they became stew. She wasn't trying to live sustainably. She wasn't homesteading. She definitely wasn't a prepper. Or was she? Maybe Grandma was the original prepper. When I look back at my grandparents' generation, I don't see people who were preparing for disasters. I see people who built lives around being capable. They knew how to grow food, fix things, make do with what they had, and waste almost nothing. Those weren't emergency skills. They were just everyday skills. Somewhere along the way, a lot of us stopped learning them. So I want to get back to the basics. I want to rediscover some of those skills. Not because I want to live in the past, but because I think they still have something to teach us. When things feel uncertain, something interesting happens. People don't always invent new skills. They sometimes start learning old ones. Suddenly it's baking bread, gardens, canning, sewing, cast iron cooking, things we didn't necessarily grow up doing, but now feel strangely important. This isn't about going backward. It's not about rejecting modern conveniences. It's definitely not about pretending life was perfect back then. It's about remembering the practical skills that quietly build resilience into everyday life. Because preparedness isn't just about what you own, it's about becoming more capable. My grandpa, my dad too, were always engineering a fix for something. If a piece of equipment broke, the first question wasn't, where do we buy another one? It was, let's see if we can fix it. My grandma canned fruits and vegetables, whatever came out of the garden. And speaking of that, everybody had a garden when I was growing up. Not because gardening was trendy, it was just the normal thing. Food didn't begin at the grocery store. It began with dirt under your fingernails. My dad still has many of my grandma's recipes. He actually had to cut that bread recipe down to a third, just so it made sense for our family. And that's still 5 loaves. Nothing went to waste. When jeans got worn out, they were patched. Eventually, they became play clothes, or maybe turned into a quilt. You used what you had, because wasting perfectly good food simply didn't make sense. Every time I look through those recipe cards, I'm reminded that Grandma wasn't just passing down meals. She was passing down a way of taking care of her family. Many of our grandparents learned those habits because they grew up during or just after the Great Depression. They understood what it meant to have to stretch a dollar, to make things last, to do without. But what impresses me the most about that is that they didn't abandon those habits when life got easier. They just carried them on into the good years. Because practical wisdom doesn't go out of style. A repaired tool still works. A garden still feeds a family. Homemade bread still fills hungry stomachs. Knowing how to solve problems is never outdated. And somewhere along the way, something changed. Life got busier. Convenience became normal. Replacing became easier than repairing. Buying became easier than making. Little by little, we stopped practicing some of those everyday skills. Not because they stopped working. We simply stopped relying on them every day. And when you stop practicing something, eventually, you stop knowing it. Preparedness often gets reduced to stuff. Generators, food storage, emergency radios, backup power. Here on Equipped and Ready, we talk about those things because they do matter. But the more I think about it, the more I believe some of the most valuable preparedness tools can't be bought. They're learned. Because when life throws you something unexpected, you don't automatically become resourceful. You lean on whatever you've already practiced. Good news is, this doesn't require changing your whole life. You don't have to become a homesteader. You don't need 10 acres, although it sure would be nice, or a root cellar, or 50 years of experience. You just need to begin. Learn one skill. Practice one habit. Bake one loaf of bread, or 5. Plant one tomato. Mend one shirt. Fix one thing instead of replacing it. Confidence grows the same way a garden does, one seed at a time. Maybe the greatest thing our grandparents handed down wasn't a recipe, or a garden, or even a particular skill. Maybe it was the quiet confidence that whatever life handed them, they could figure it out. I think that's something worth getting back. So this week, don't just watch this video and move on. Choose one practical skill that you've always wanted to learn and start. Not because you're expecting the worst, but because becoming a little more capable is always a worthwhile investment. Because preparedness isn't about living in fear. It's about living with confidence. And I think our grandparents understood that better than we sometimes do. I'll see you next time, right here on Equipped and Ready.